welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about ethanol blending program. Okay. So why are we discussing about ethanol blending program is because India is about to achieve the target of 20% blending, which we are actually kept for 25-26. Okay. So 25-26 tak aate we will be able to, so by the time we reach till 25-26, we will be able to achieve the target of 20% blending as per the current developments related to biofuel. Okay. So what has been the target history? We had kept a target ki 20% we will be keeping a target till 2030. So petrol may when the engine may refueling takes place, so this fuel, every 1 liter of fuel will contain 20% of ethanol and 80% of petrol. ठीक है, ये target हमारा 2030 का था. But because of Niti Aayog's one report called Roadmap for Ethanol Blending in India 2025-26, sorry 20 to 25, we have updated the target that this target we will not be keeping till 2030, but we will be pulling it up to 2025 itself. And we are about to achieve this. So this is an So this is an upcoming achievement. Okay. So 2003 May this program was launched, and in 2003 we promised that we will be targeting 10% pollution, ethanol blending by 2011. Okay. Now let us see where we have been able to progress to the previous target. But the current aim of ethanol blending program, or the significance of ethanol blending, first and foremost will of course will reduce the pollution associated to this. Okay. So the pollution that is generated because of ethanol and ethanol plus petrol versus petrol. So petrol being a 100% fossil fuel and this being a blended fuel, so there are less pollution emissions which will take place from the blended petrol. Okay. So it will not only reduce the pollution, but it will also reduce the import bill. It will reduce the import bill because now we will be using the blended petrol. So the total amount of petrol consumption will reduce. Okay. Third, it will also add value addition to the sugarcane industry. So the output of the sugarcane industry can be used as an input to the biofuel industry. Fourth is it will also increase the farmers' income. So one of India's committees which promised that we will be Ajit Singh committee, which promised that we will be doubling the farmers' income by 2030. That target can also be accomplished because of this target. Okay. It will also enhance job creation because biofuel related industries will be set up, and it will also bolster India's energy security. So energy security matlab, because India is heavily dependent upon energy imports from outside the world, and we will be able to shift towards a blended petrol, so we can ensure that energy will be available in the Indian soil. We don't have to depend on any outside country. Okay. So with all these aims and significance of ethanol blending, we proceeded towards the target. Now talking about the status of blending. Now as we discussed, 10% was the target till 21-22. But in reality or on ground, we had blended our petrol by only 1.6% in 2014-15. Okay? Which was increased to 11.8% blending by 22-23. Okay? And this is what we are expecting, that we will be able to reach till target by 25-26. Okay? Now, where are the sources through which we are generating biofuel? First major source will be sugarcane. Sugarcane produces three major products. One is the sugar syrup or sugarcane juice. Okay? Then it is C heavy molasses and B heavy molasses. Okay? But we are using only this kind because there was a time when government had permitted कि आप sugarcane juice से भी biofuel बनाइए. Now from here onwards we can start producing biofuel from the sugarcane juice and syrup also, and B heavy molasses also. But it created a crisis in sugar industry itself. So there was a huge demand related to sugar, and we were not able to cater to that demand because a majority chunk of the output of sugar industry or sugar cane was being directed to the biofuel. So government backed out that no, we will not be producing biofuel from these sources, but only C heavy molasses. Okay? Apart from this, we also generate biofuel from maize and surplus rice and damaged grains also. Okay? Now talking about the challenge is in production of biofuel, first major challenge is it has led to rise in import of maize. Of late we have seen because we were using corn for the production of sugar, biofuel, so a huge amount of corn was being directed towards the biofuel industry. Now maize ke liye there are three major consumers. One is the poultry industry, second is the biofuel industry, and only 2% is being consumed by the domestic industry. ठीक है, 27% तक it is being sent to the biofuel industry itself. Rest, a majority chunk is being sold to the poultry industry also. So we were not able to cater to the demands of biofuel, demands of the maize, because a large chunk of maize was being directed towards the industries. So we started importing maize. Okay? So there has been a significant rise in import of maize. That was first challenge. Second is the financial vulnerability of the sugar mill. Sugar mill are majorly concentrated in the West UP and Haryana belt region. Okay? Otherwise, in Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra's black cotton soil region, maybe we are seeing the presence of sugarcane and sugar mills also. Okay? But the problem of concentration of sugar mills will ensure that the biofuel industries will also be concentrated in these areas. Okay? And the amount of investment that requires, the sugar mills will have to invest in the biofuel industries, which they may not be currently capable of. That has turned out to be one of the challenges in generating biofuel from sugar. Okay? Third major challenge is the environmental impact on groundwater. So if we talk about sugar only, okay, one plant of sugarcane in its entire lifetime consumes 2,860 liters of water, okay, which is exorbitantly high amount of groundwater which will be consumed. Okay? So there will be redirection towards biofuel, and focusing on sugarcane will cause this kind of environmental damage. Fourth problem is the barrier to interstate movement of ethanol. So interstate movement of ethanol it is governed by one act called Industries Development and Regulation Act. So Industries Development and Regulation Act ensures that free movement of biofuel should take place across the states. But only 14 states has approved this kind of free movement. Okay? So that has turned out to be one another challenge. Then focus of states on liquor production. Now, because states are able to generate huge amount of revenue from the ethanol that is being produced by selling it off in the liquor section, so they themselves show less tendency in generation of biofuel rather than liquor production. Okay? So they themselves focus on liquor production, and they do not want to redirect the produce for generation of biofuel. So that is also reducing the raw material availability for biofuel production. And the technology for the flex fuel vehicle is also lacking in India. That is also one of the reasons that we have not been able to tend towards ethanol biofuel or ethanol production. Okay? So even if the biofuel is produced, we also need to have a better technology, that a particular engine which was running on pure petrol should be 100% running on, or with equal capability be running on biofuel blended petrol also. That technology we have not been able to develop. Okay? One more challenge is the calorific value. Calorific value of blended petrol is less than the normal petrol. Blended petrol is less than the normal petrol, and this is less to the extent of 2/3. So if the normal petrol is generating 100 units of energy, heat energy, so this will be, blended petrol will be able to generate only 66 units of energy. So that is a significant amount of difference, which devalues or reduces the importance of blended petrol. Okay? Another major challenge is of course affects the cropping pattern. So in areas, let's say ki government starts to invest heavily, that you need to increase production of maize, of corn and rice based products, so that we get some input for biofuel production. So all those areas which is not suitable for all of these crops will also start cultivating it, and again this will cause environmental damage. Okay? So it will overall affect the cropping pattern. Then there will be challenges to food security, because the land will get diverted, agricultural land will get diverted towards production of biofuel based crops, and there will of course be an impact on soil health, because a huge amount of nutrient will be continuously absorbed by the soil if we are carrying out monocropping. So the solution can also be soil health may, if monocropping is a problem, let's proceed towards multi-cropping. So sugarcane and maize can be cropped in a crop rotation. That can be one of the way forwards or suggestive solution. First suggestive solution can be maize in rotation with sugarcane can be one of the option to resolve the problem of soil health. Okay? Then we also need to diversify towards higher generation biofuel. Okay? So currently we are into the phase of first generation of biofuel itself. Okay? Wherein of course we will be able to reduce the amount of emissions, carbon emissions, which will not be taking place because we are not burning fossil fuel itself. But we need to shift towards the second generation biofuel also, advanced generation biofuel also, which will be produced from the residue, not the consumable edible food crops, but from the residue of the food crops, for example, rice husks. Okay? So we need to shift towards second generation biofuels. Okay? Plus, interest subvention program for the production, for the setting up of biofuel based plant itself, for logistics, for transport, all of these ke liye government can propose interest subvention programs, and we need to streamline the supply chain. This is the area of raw material generation for biofuel. This is the area of biofuel plant itself. We need a proper connectivity between these. Okay? Once the biofuel is generated, it has to be transported to the market. So all of this supply chain needs to be streamlined. Government basically has to put in effort in streamlining the supply chain by handling these problems one by one. Okay? These can be some of the suggestive solutions for improving or increasing or quickly achieving the target of ethanol blending program. Okay? Now again, coming to one question related to this topic, that as we discussed, 25-26, 2025-26 tak, the blending target is 20%. My question is 2050 tak, what is the blending target from biofuel policy? Okay? That please let us know in the comment section, or if you have any doubt, please do let us know about that also. I wish you all the very best and thank you so much.